Hi, I'm a soft skills trainer from the Department of Career Planning and Development, and today we are going to be discussing a very common interview question. What are your strengths and weaknesses? Let's see how to answer this question. Employers want to know in your own words, why do you think you're a good fit for this job profile? Well, this question can come your way in many ways. Tell me about your strengths. Tell me about your weaknesses. Do you think you have any strengths or weaknesses? Do you think that you have any positive attributes to your personality that make you fit for this job? Or what areas of improvement are you working on in terms of your personality? So, all these questions are talking about the same thing. They are basically the interviewer wants to know, what do you think is your strength and what do you think is your weakness? Now let's go ahead and see how exactly do you approach this particular question. Whenever you are confronted with this question, wherein the interviewer is asking you about your weaknesses and strengths together, then go ahead and make sure you point out your weaknesses first and then talk about your strengths, because you want to take the interviewer from a negative to the positive. You want to leave the interviewer with a good taste in his mouth about you. So idea is he should think positive about you when your answer finishes, not negative. So always make sure that you start with a weakness and then move on gradually to your strength. So let's discuss some potential strengths that you can speak about. Some attributes that you can add to your strengths. You can say that you're a good communicator, or you can say you have a very solid management skills, and you can say that you have strong people skills, or that you are creative, or that you have an ability to meet deadlines, and you are very disciplined and you're very creative. You can say things like you're a good team player. So all the attributes that you add to your strengths should be the ones that actually reflect or connect to the job profile that you're appearing for. So make sure that you speak about the strengths about yourself that actually are relatable to the job profile, so that the interviewer is able to connect your attributes to the job profile and think, my God, this is a perfect candidate for this job because this is exactly what I need. Employers always expect the candidates to have a weakness. It is okay to say in an interview that you have a weakness. It only shows a human side of you. But on the contrary, if you say you don't have a weakness, that's something to worry about, because no human being is perfect. And at this stage of your life, where you're just starting your career, if you tell them that you have no weakness, then that means that, the interviewers would start cross-questioning you further, which would lead the interview to a totally different direction. So don't do that. They want to see that you are having a growth mindset, that you are okay to improve. You have a scope for improvement, and you also are very aware of the fact that you have a scope for improvement. So that means that you're not overconfident and you are willing to work on yourself and your personality, and you are growth oriented. Do not answer this question like, I'm a leader with proven results, so it's either my way or highway. Don't give them a gamut of strengths one after the other, like, I am smart and I'm funny and I'm a great team leader and I am very detail oriented, I am very disciplined, I am very ethical, and I'm grounded really, and I'm always self-motivated. If you give them something like this, then the interviewer might think that you are actually lying, because nobody has all these qualities together. And if you say them out like that, it sounds fake. So these are the kind of answers you should avoid. Let's discuss how exactly you should deliver this answer. The way you can answer this is, I'm a problem solver. I love taking a problem and looking at it from every angle. I enjoy work that has challenges and that pushes me to think outside the box. I enjoy situations where I'm allowed to work with other people to come up with creative solutions. This is the kind of answer that would be appropriate in such situations. When talking about your weaknesses, always make sure that you start with your weakness and you turn it into a strength. Well, the way you need to answer this question, let me show you a sample answer for this. This is how you can answer this question. I tend to overly criticize myself because every time a project finishes, I end up thinking how I could have done it way better. I don't give myself enough credit, and as a result, I end up having a burnout and exhausted after a project is done. So, over the years, I have actually worked on this particular weakness of mine, and I have started to give myself some credit for the achievements that I've made. This in turn has made me also appreciate the people who have helped me gain these achievements in the team that I work with. So I appreciate the efforts of the team as well as my own efforts in the process. This is the kind of answer that would actually turn your weakness and tell your interviewer that how you are actually self-aware of the fact that this is your weakness, and now you're trying to turn it into a strength, or now you're trying to overcome it. So you can have your answer on these lines. I will put it up on a slide for you so that you can have a look at the kind of answers that you can give. I struggled with organization. While it hasn't ever impacted my performance, but I've noticed my messy desk and cluttered inbox nonetheless could interfere with my efficiency. So over time, I've learned to set aside time to organize my physical and digital space, and I have seen it improve my efficiency levels throughout the week. Or you can talk about motivation and say, I am incredibly self motivated, and I sometimes find it difficult to delegate responsibility when I feel I can really finish the work well myself. However, I have realized that delegating work is more time efficient, and now I have started to trust my teammates with delivering quality work. So, always make sure that whenever you're talking about your weakness, make sure you start with the weakness and turn it into a strength. Or you can show the interviewer how your weakness is now being worked upon in order to turn it into a strength. Do not give a permanent weakness and say that you're not working on it. I hope you liked the answer. I'll see you again.